tough. This is what we practice in care communities for a whole hour class. You can do a whole hour on practicing validation statements. So, somebody, you want to come up here and sit in the chair? Come on.
Okay.
Okay. Mercedes. She's a good player. What I know, I'm saying what I was allowed to say when I worked for the Alzheimer's Association. I was allowed to do education and say, in the end stage of Alzheimer's, some major organ is going to stop working, and that leads to the death of the person.
Mm-hmm.
So one way or another, you watch a body that stops, and you watch somebody, you know, who is laying in bed, unable to meet any of their own needs.
Mm-hmm.
But you can still do dementia care, because still a whole person. Still a whole person. Maybe some people say, oh, they're in the room, caregivers, chatting. What'd you do last night? Blah, 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 blah. Don't worry, she can't hear us. Still a whole person, not an object. To come back to another class, we'll talk about objectification and mal-caregiving habits, like ignoring and disrupting, and infantilization, where you treat somebody like a baby, which is not appropriate. But, so when you're a mother, are you going to be able to do this?
Yes.
Okay. So here's one of the first things that I'm doing. See her mom? We're pretending she's in a wheelchair. So I'm getting at eye level. And I say, Mercedes, would you like to come with me to the dining room? We're having a party. Now what if your mom has time traveled? Did she ever time travel where she thought she was a different age?
Yes.
Or maybe she thought that she wasn't at home when she was at home?
Mm-hmm.
So, say to me something that you might have heard your mom say about her. She's like worrying about something that's not in our reality.
Where's Donovan?
Donovan? Oh, yeah, Donovan. He's a great guy, isn't he? Well, I'm not sure where he is right now, but I'm sure he's okay. Could you come to the party with me? You're not sure? No, you need some time to think about that. Okay. Well, I'm going to come back and ask you in just a few minutes, okay? And I know Donovan's a really special person in your life. It's okay for you to think about him. I'll be right back. Okay. So, validation. Who's Donovan? Invalidation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who's Donovan? What? Don't worry about Donovan. Come on, we're going to the party. And here's where the disruption and the outpacing and some other words that are in the book section under assistance. Donovan, I don't know who Donovan is. Come on, we're going to the party. And then they start pushing. And she's, have you ever seen residents? And they're like putting their feet down? And they're like dragging them, and their feet. Okay, that's not rementia care. Rementia care, validating. Oh, do you miss Donovan? Yes. Yeah, I can understand that. Well, it's hard to miss people that we love. I think about somebody that I'm missing too right now, and it hurts, but it feels good too because I really love my son. Okay, are you ready to go now? Okay. Dealing with somebody who has plaques and tangles and protein, clumps of protein that are keeping information at bay. So you have, you're going to see the parts you did very, very well. acting like you wanted to say something, but you weren't sure of the words or the thoughts. So just real quick, with my not a doctor disclaimer, so you understand what's happening in here. It's something called a synapse, like an electrical circuit. Our brains are very electrical. You have this one that opens up and fires out the word Donovan. This one opens up and receives it. So she said Donovan. But when she was thinking and she couldn't say the words, one of them is opening up, and maybe what she's thinking is, I need to get home, but here's this big block of protein. It's in the way. So this synapse is over here waiting, can't receive.